looking to get the shot in. Come for Amselen again. Plenty of red shirts in the middle. One of them is Bruce Dyer. And somehow the ball stays out again. Well, Bruce Dyer can hardly believe it. Amselen crossing it in. There were a whole sea of red shirts in there. Dyer got up for it. Couldn't get it on target. Bedo. Oh, it was a good effort, but not quite good enough. Mullins spreading it wide towards Bent. Now Jamie Smith. Patient build-up from Palace. Dyer. Rather Morrison. Played wide for Bent. Bent looking to get the cross in. Turned away by Alex Watson this time. Watson, happy knack of his of being in the right place at the right time. Looking forward a smile. I think he's enjoying himself out there. Lombardo inevitably has come across to take the free kick. In the corner, rather. Easy just getting a hand to it. Oh, it's been poked in. And it's Haridason. Herman Haridason has got the goal, which could possibly take Palace through to the second round of the Worthington Cup. Well, Lombardo's caused all sorts of problems with his corners. Vasey just got a hand to it. It fell to Haridason. And he poked it over the line. Well, celebration and relief, I suspect, on the Palace bench. Good corner again from Lombardo. Vasey not doing enough. And Haridason saying thank you very much. Now here's Partridge. Going to thread his way into the box. Andy Gurney caught right on the edge of the penalty area. And this could be an interesting situation. Marcus Bent was catching him as he went for that ball. I think he's got a bad bang in the ribs, in fact, Andy Gurney. But, referee right on the spot again. And this could be very interesting. Referee just saying, I want to get the wall back 10 yards before you take the free kick. Ledbetter looks to be poised. There's a minute and a half left on the clock. Ledbetter with the free kick. Oh, just wide. Well, he struck it well, Chris Ledbetter, but he struck it wide, I'm afraid. Really did get a good strike on it, and Digby relieved to see it go past his left-hand post. A minute left. A minute for Torquay United to conjure something up. Wayne Thomas has now thrust himself forward. Torquay gamble everything in the hope of snatching a late equaliser, which would be enough to take them into the second round. Well, there's precious little time for them to do so. Kenny Vasey will want to get the ball forward as quickly as he can now. Aimed towards McFarlane. He came a long way for it. Didn't quite get the touch, though. And now Linnigan. Good, experienced head. Here's another one, Lombardo. Mullins playing it wide for Amselen. 3 Palace players in the middle. Here's Mullins. Well, it was worth the effort from there. Even if he misses the target, he knows it'll run a few precious seconds down. And we're now into any stoppage time, which the referee, Mr. Hall, may have added on. I suspect there'll be precious little of that. Ledbetter just trying to thread it through towards Scott Partridge. Couldn't quite come for him. And now Bruce Dyer. One more run at Jamie Robinson, perhaps. Oh, Vasey making the save, doing very well. Morrison looking to play it back for Lombardo. And Alex Watson is there to scramble it away. Well, he looks about out on his feet, Alex Watson. He'll feel all the exertions of tonight, tomorrow morning. And I think he's going to feel a little disappointed as well. Cross in towards Dyer once more. Again, Watson is there. Now Lombardo on the edge of the area. Oh, nice skills from him as he created a chance. No, he hasn't. Oh, mighty scramble going on. Ledbetter eventually getting it away, and there is the final whistle. It's Crystal Palace who will go through to round 2 of the Worthington Cup, and I think they'll be mightily relieved to do so. Herman Hreidarson's extra time goal was enough to settle it in the end, but you have to give full credit to Torquay United, who produced a storming performance. Wayne Thomas getting the equaliser for them in normal time, enough to carry it through into the extra period. And Torquay can certainly be proud of the performance they put up here at Selhurst Park tonight. Wasn't quite enough in the end, though. Crystal Palace win 2-1 on the night and go through by 3-2 on aggregate.
Up until the equaliser, we played some good stuff. We put a bit of pressure on them. Our wing-backs pushed up a bit, and we put them under a bit of pressure. And finally, you know, we got a little bit of luck that we might have deserved. But I just wish we kept doing the same things after we scored as we did before we scored. But overall, it was a good, gutsy performance. We played some nice stuff, and it was enjoyable. I mean, the lads are a bit downhearted, but no, I've told them there's nothing to be downhearted about, because we've came here and we've given them a right game.
Torquay were excellent. I thought we were. I thought it was a terrific game. And you say, well, you would say that. You ended up winning the game, but it's not the reason. I was very pleased with our side. First half, I thought our teamwork was getting a lot better. Our passing was good at football, but they went every inch of the way with us. And then we had a flat 15-20 minutes after half-time, of which they capitalised on and got the goal. When we lost the goal, we seemed to come back to life again, and right through to the 90 minutes, I thought that we were stronger, and I just couldn't believe how the goalkeeper kept some of those shots out. He was magnificent, and I think maybe we just edged it in the extra time, but that's not. I said to the Torquay people, I went into the dressing room and said, I thought you're very, very unfortunate, and it could have gone either way.
Obviously disappointed with the result, because it would have been nice to go through and take a big scalp along the way, but the boys have got to take a bit of encouragement from the performance. They've done well. Unfortunately, we lost it on a night, but if we carry on performing like that throughout the season, I think we'll do very well.
Must have been particularly pleased with your own performance.
Well, I was and I wasn't. I did all right at times, but sometimes I wandered off a little bit and had a little daydream or whatnot, and didn't really keep my shape enough. But I was all right. It was all right, not a bad performance.
And you wandered into the right place at the right time in the second half, then?
Yeah, I sort of just got there, just in the right place at the right time, and it went in, luckily enough.
Coming up for the set piece, it was a good corner from Chris Ledbetter.
Yeah, he's put it in beautifully, not too hard, nice pace on it. And I just stuck my head there, and shoulder-ish type, head type thing.
So disappointment then for Torquay. It's Crystal Palace who go into the hat for tomorrow morning's second round draw. So that just about wraps it up for tonight. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage, and of course there'll be more Worthington Cup coverage here on West Country throughout the season. But for now, from all the sports team, have a very good night. With 3 points. Manager Wes Saunders is stepping up his search for a new goal scorer, but would his current strikers find the target against Scunthorpe? Graham Sellers, our commentator.
This is Partridge. The flag stayed down. Scott Partridge, what can he do? He's twisted, he's turned, and the shot's straight at Tim Clark. And that's a golden opportunity squandered for Torquay. Forrester, Calvo Garcia, it's opened up a little bit for Scunthorpe here. Macaulay, it's not a bad ball in, that's Gale, and it's just wide of the angle. Well, John Gale's always going to cause teams problems, especially with his height, but he's such a big bustling forward that when he gets in those positions he looks quite frightening. Throwing down the line then to Garcia. McFarlane jumps for it. Gurney. This is Partridge. It's opening up for Torquay. It was a vicious shot from Partridge. It took a deflection and that put it wide of Tim Clark's goal. It's a corner to Torquay. Forrester, back to Macaulay. This will be a first-time ball. Gale's there. The header comes in though from Richard Logan, I think it was. It was Richard Logan steaming in there, and Greg got a good touch on that to put it wide. The corner taken quickly. Garcia puts the ball in. They're all dashing in, but it's headed out only as far as John Eyre. This is dangerous. They're all there. The header comes in, and it's a goal for Scunthorpe. And there was nothing at all that Matthew Gregg could do about that one. It was a real bullet, and it was from close range. And it's 1-0 to Scunthorpe. Walker. McFarlane's telescopic legs get a tackle in. Gurney out to Partridge. Can Torquay grab one just before the break? Gurney. Still Gurney battling away. He thought he was fouled then. Gale. Logan. Rapturous applause from the Scunthorpe supporters. They lead by 1-0. This is John Eyre. He caused the damage last time. He's trying to do it again. It's a shot from Gale, and it's another goal for Scunthorpe. Just when Torquay didn't want to concede one, they let John Gale just ghost into the area like a phantom out of the night, and he's made them pay for it. Well, we're deep into first half injury time, and it's just the sort of psychological boost that Scunthorpe wanted. Torquay manager Wes Saunders, I can tell you, was absolutely livid with that. Tully couldn't reach the ball, to be fair to him, and there was John Gale, 2-0. Herrera then with the Torquay free kick. It's towards Clark. McFarlane's got in the way, and Partridge has stabbed it towards goal, but over the stanchion, and unfortunately for Torquay, he couldn't keep that one down. Scott Partridge is a real live wire. He was onto that in a flash. It's just a pity he couldn't keep it down because Clark was out of his goal, of course. Watson's kick. It's asking a lot of Steve Tully. Walker. Watson has to make it. Watson's gone down. He's hurt his right leg. And the physio's on. In many instances there was an offside decision, but Watson looks hurt. This could be bad news for Torquay. Referee Raymond Oliver from Birmingham was very quick to call the stretcher on. Watson definitely injured himself in that challenge with Justin Walker. And this really is another bad blow for Torquay United. Gale flicks on. Forrester's beaten the offside trap, and he's beaten the left post. Well, the Torquay defenders just looking around at one another and wondering who was supposed to be picking up Jamie Forrester as that Route 1 approach ball came in from Scunthorpe. Gregg, to be fair to him, spread himself well and may have put Forrester off. McFarlane. Torquay on one of their rare excursions forward. Has to be said, they've been defending most of the second half. Gurney. McFarlane. McFarlane's in here. Chance here for Torquay. Good shot and an excellent save by Clark. Thomas. Clayton. It's still on. This is Hill. Oh, it was over the top. Almost over the top of Gurney as he dived in. I think it was over the top, to be fair, and that one just skids wide. John Eyre. Herrera couldn't stop it. It's a free header for Jamie Forrester. He should have scored that one. And that certainly would have been it.
The thing that we, that I feel Torquay had the success on last year was that they're strong and give nothing away at the back. Today we give away to soft goals, if you want. Not long before that, Scott Partridge went through, keep it a beat, pulled back, I don't know why, you know, and I talked about this killer instinct last week. And if he'd stuck that one away, it might have been a different story, but to be honest, I don't think we defended very well for the 90 minutes.
So both Torquay and Exeter in the bottom third of the table. Exeter third from bottom with 6 points, Torquay 17th with a point more than their Devon rivals.
Drama at Plainmoor, where Torquay produced the biggest upset of the night by beating leaders Brentford after giving them a goal start. Jamie Bates scoring on the stroke of half-time. Scott Partridge inspired a tremendous second-half fight-back. He set up the equaliser for Kevin Hill and then produced a superb solo effort to grab the second goal himself. Torquay weren't finished, though. Andy McFarlane produced an equally impressive strike to round off a blistering spell of 3 goals in 8 minutes.
For defeat, but goals from...
But were rocked by the home side's opener 8 minutes before half-time. Nick Richardson's free kick evading the wall and keeper Matthew Gregg. Torquay pressed for a late equaliser and left themselves exposed at the back. Chester's second came in stoppage time when John Murphy stooped to conquer and seal the points. Torquay 16th in the table, 10 points from their 8 games so far. Well, defensive problems have haunted Exeter.
Is expected to sign for the Plainmoor club next week. Torquay had hoped to complete the deal in time for Waddle to make his debut in Saturday's home game with Swansea, but it's now been put off because of an injury problem.
Few players in the last decade have managed to generate quite so much excitement on the terraces as Chris Waddle. The former Spurs, Newcastle and Monaco winger earned 62 caps for his country, although ironically he'll probably be best remembered for the goal he missed in that famous penalty shootout against Germany rather than any that he scored. Waddle looked to have settled on a career in management when he took charge of Burnley, but after seeing his side narrowly avoid relegation by beating Plymouth Argyle in the final match of last season, he seemed to become disillusioned with the job. And having left Turf Moor in the summer, he's now looking to resurrect his playing career at the age of 37. Waddle, who played with Torquay boss Wes Saunders at Newcastle, is expected to sign a monthly contract initially, but that could lead to a more permanent deal.
Cricket and Somerset have told...
Plainmoor last year. The two were teammates at Newcastle. Waddle also played for Spurs and was the manager of Burnley last season.
Well, now we take...
Imminent arrival of former England winger Chris Waddle. The imminent arrival of former England winger Chris Waddle. He's due to sign next week. But in the meantime, Torquay needed to regain their form and the winning habit against Swansea. Robbie Herrera back after injury and new signing O'Neill Donaldson beginning his first match up front. The commentary comes from Seth Conway.
The appearance of Chris Waddle in a Torquay shirt is sure to put Torquay in the limelight in the coming weeks. Waddle apparently scouting for Torquay in the northeast today. Well, both sides recorded a 2-0 scorelines last weekend. Swansea will look for another victory, spurred on by former Tiverton defender Jason Smith, who returns to the West Country with the Swans. Torquay, though, hoping to avenge that defeat against Chester last Saturday. Kick just holding up in the breeze here at Plainmoor, but Julian Alsop got a touch. Now Appleby. Steve Tully taking the ball. Torquay's possession. They now have a throw-in. Tully takes down the line. And Torquay will have another go a bit further upfield. Now to Ledbetter. Trying to get it to Hill. He has done! Oh, it's a sensational header from Kevin Hill. He's given Torquay the lead just 6 minutes into this game. Ledbetter's outswinging cross was met perfectly by Kevin Hill, and Roger Freestone didn't have a chance at all. It's Torquay 1, Swansea 0. There's Howard. Bound, a big up and under. Start of the rugby season, might have been more suited in that game, but it's worked well here for Price. Almost delivered a perfect cross to Alsop. Robinson read it well. It's the first we've seen of Jason Price out there on the right. That cross not far away from the tall figure of Julian Alsop. Swansea have another chance here with Price. Can he level? An excellent save from Matthew Gregg. Jason Price really odds on to have beaten Gregg from there, but the Torquay goalkeeper stood up well and then made the save with his legs. Howard. Allsop can win the header. Now Thomas. Allsop will get it again. Now Smith! And Gregg touches onto the bar. And somehow Torquay get a clearance, only as far as bound. And the ball goes tamely wide. But it was all in the air, and it was almost a goal for Swansea. Now Cusack. Ledbetter stropped back into left back, following Robbie Herrera going off at half-time. And he's conceded the corner. In comes the corner. It's a deep one. Smith was there. Tully got it away as far as Jones. And Gregg kept hold of it. Now Jason Smith fired in the shot. I think it might have been going wide, but Tully got the clearance onto it. And then Jones looked to test Gregg, but the Torquay keeper managed to just keep hold of the ball. Clayton felt he got a little shove from Cusack. Very happy for play to continue. It's a super ball through to Steve Watkin. Can pull it back. There's Thomas. Thomas's second chance of this second half. Gregg again firmly behind it. Came to Thomas at an awkward height. He's not the tallest of men. Really had to do his best to get his foot on the ball. And Gregg saved it. And then it comes towards Watkin. Gets the touch! And there's the equalising goal! And it's the former Tiverton Town man on his return to the West Country. Jason Smith gets the goal. It has been coming, and now they're back on level terms. Torquay 1, Swansea 1. Well, Jason Smith really smuggled himself into that penalty area, got to the 6-yard line, and made sure he put the header beyond Gregg. Stone fires it forward towards Allsop. Away by Robinson. Now Cusack. Allsop can get the touch. Almost came to Appleby. Bird's in there as well. And moments of panic in the Torquay defence. Tully clears.
Thought we were buzzing after the first 15-20 minutes. We started well, as you said, got a goal, everything going for us. And I thought I could take it on here, a couple more goals, but we never played one bit after that. Like, we just had a meeting in there for 50 minutes or so and had a good chat about it. But like, it was a different set of lads from what we've done in training all week to the last, what, 70 minutes or so. It was, I couldn't believe it, and everyone's disappointed, like. But we've got a 1-1 draw out of it.
Torquay just in the bottom third still, I'm afraid. They've got 11 points, but a massive 7 ahead of the current relegation favourites, Shrewsbury. Well, that's it for now. If you want to see the goal, made his debut for Torquay United. It was a game United should have won. Scott Partridge squandered several gilt-edged chances, and it looks as if United had paid the ultimate price when the home side took a 77th minute lead. Jamie Patterson steering his shot past Matthew Gregg. But a little bit of Waddle magic helped United snatch a point in the closing stages. A foul on Robbie Herrera allowed him to swing in a free kick for Andy McFarlane to convert. In the end, a fair result.
As long as it stays Torquay United, not Chris Waddle, Torquay United. And I'll be happy with that, because at the end of the day, it's there was some great performances out there today by the back three, especially, I thought. And, but all over the team, everybody worked hard. And if we can do it every week, I'm sure we'll pick up a lot of points.
Torquay stay in the bottom third of the table. They're 19th with 12 points. Plenty of talking points from Exeter City's match at Cambridge. Torquay United and Plymouth Argyle shared the spoils this lunchtime. It ended in a 1-1 draw, but there were plenty of talking points as Kevin Hodges and Steve McCall returned to their former club. Reaction in a moment. First, the highlights with Martin Dean.
from Lee Power towards McCarthy. Trying to get the better of Gary Monk, he has done. And Greg making the save. And away for the corner. That was the best chance so far. It fell to Sean McCarthy. He got the better of Gary Monk. And probably should have done better with the shot. Strong challenge from both Gibbs and McCall, and then Steve Tully going in, and all sorts of mayhem. I think that Andy McFarlane has been told that he can take no further part in the game. He's been sent to the dressing room by the referee. Now Tully. Down the line for Partridge, who's onside. Now then, Scott Partridge. Checking inside, chance here. Down the goal from Scott Partridge. Well, he took that one as cool as you like.
We'll try and bring you the rest of the highlights later in the nil.
Scott Partridge keeping his head very well indeed. It was Steve Tully's ball down the line which set it all up. Partridge beating the offside trap, and then when he saw the opportunity, curled it into the top. Greg coming out now. Is that a penalty? Yes, it is. Well, a mix-up between Andy Gurney and Matthew Gregg. Gregg came out and made the challenge. Down went McCarthy. And that's a penalty. Paul Gibbs against his old club with a penalty to try and level the scores. And he puts it in.
I think we bossed the game for maybe 70–80% of the game. We played some nice football, and I think up the last 15 minutes, I think we were the only side that did play football. And I've told the lads are dejected, but as soon as we can start to defend against the long ball game, we'll do all right.
I felt that on the day we created, the better chances, and could have probably have gone away with 3 points. But my motto always is that if you get anything away from home, it's very, very good. And credit to our supporters, they've come up, they've behaved themselves, got behind the team, and as I said, I'm happy with a point.
Paul returned for the first time since leading Torquay all the way to Wembley last season. Friction in the boardroom and Chris Waddle making his home debut. All the ingredients then for a classic local derby. Martin Dean, our commentator.
Well, after tasting the Tyneside, Sheffield and North London derbies during his illustrious career, the Devon version should be no problem for Chris Waddle. He'll be hoping to pull the midfield strings for Torquay in a game where experience is clearly going to be important. But they won't be the oldest man on the pitch. That distinction belongs to Argyle's Steve McCall, who celebrates his 38th birthday in a fortnight's time. Probably a sign of things to come, an early free kick. Certainly going to be a tense atmosphere on what is a gloriously sunny morning, well, sunny afternoon now. We're just into the afternoon, a midday kick-off, of course, for this game. Wide for Tully. He has McGorry in support. Looking to play it in towards Partridge. And across out of play, and that will be a corner. Good lively start from Torquay. And Chris Waddle about to get his first meaningful touch. Partridge was jumping in there, and has the ball gone in? No, it hasn't. Well, it was a beautifully flighted corner from Chris Waddle. Andy Gurney just getting a touch to it. Body's on the line, just clearing the ball away. Flick on from Lee Power towards McCarthy. Trying to get the better of Gary Monk, he has done. And Greg making the save. And away for the corner. That was the best chance so far. It fell to Sean McCarthy. If he got the better of Gary Monk, he probably should have done better with the shot. Well, now Macaulay, having been warned of the frosty reception he might expect in the boardroom, seems to have taken suitable precautions. Nice little ball for Herrera. Cross in towards the far post. Monk was underneath it. Comes from McGorry. Oh, deflected away off Paul Watton for the corner. Watton furious. There should have been a flag up in there somewhere. Chris Waddle then curling it in towards the near post. And Robinson, who got up with the header. Torquay have looked dangerous when they have had these corners. Waddle really does curl the ball in towards the near post. Plenty of pace on that one. Tully forward for Donaldson. A little flick on intended for Scott Partridge. Chance here. Oh, good move though from Torquay. Nice little flick on from O'Neill Donaldson. Actually into the path of Partridge, and that really was a good chance. Khalid in left-footed this time. On the bounce, beating Jamie Robinson.